Feels smooth all the way around. Oh. I take these screws out. That comes off. Get rid of this mask. I'll get rid of my hat and my mask. And there we have the mould. As you can see, I'll turn those, if that makes it easier. You can see that's nice and smooth. Just need a bit of sandpaper on it now to clean that up, but there we have Ugadere Del Jeso Plowden violin from 1735 mould. So there you have it. So just to recap, well, have a coffee first. The mould is now made. So what's left to do now is there's some cutouts. There's 6 wooden blocks going. One at the top, one at the bottom, and the 4 corners. And that's the next thing, to mark this out and cut those. But before I get onto that, just a little recap about the lighting. Let me know. I mean, if you can make out what I'm doing and you can see it okay, then fine, I'll carry on. I mean, I don't intend to go out and spend a fortune on whatever type of lighting I need. I think in the house somewhere we have what we call a reading lamp. It's like a table lamp with a flexible head, and that may get more light on, but it's just how it is at the moment. I mean, this is well, just how it is. So I hope you bear with me, and if you've got any suggestions, let me know, and I shall have another cup of coffee. And while I'm here, I shall show you my fancy mug. See that there? We had a month in America last year, retired. So me and my wife had a month in America. We had a week in Boston, then went up to Salem, and I liked the look of this mug, so I bought it. And after I bought it, I thought to myself, you're still got another 3 weeks in America, and you've got to transport this all the way around America without breaking it. But I managed to do it. So as I say, we had a week in Boston, we had a day out in Salem, then we had a week in San Francisco, which is very nice. We went to Alcatraz and, you know, the usual touristy things. And then we flew down to Las Vegas. We had 3 days in Las Vegas for us was enough. And from we had a trip out to the Grand Canyon, but when we flew out, it was so stormy, they actually told us that it was bad, and that in actual fact, the chances are they could fly us out, but getting back, we'd be back in a coach because the storm was going to be so bad. Anyway, we decided not to go because, I mean, my wife's a very poor traveller, and I thought, well, an hour in a plane going up and down like that, I thought, I'll be sick. So we didn't bother. We got his money back, that was fine. And then from there we flew to Niagara. We had a couple of nights in Niagara, that was fantastic. And then from there down to New York, we had a week in New York. And then we flew back to Malaita. So you may or may not be interested in that piece of information, but that's my mug that I managed to transport all the way around America without breaking. So cheers, and we'll see you in the next clip. So that is the mould now complete. As you can see, I've cut out the top block or the neck block, the bottom block, and I've cut out these 4 here for the corner blocks. And this is a corner block here, and you won't be able to tell, but you can take my word for it, because that edge is square, and you can see now. Oops, you can see now that fits perfectly into there, into there. Basically, the square all the way around. And not only that, these edges are square. That's square, square. Wherever I put that square, it's square edges all the way around. Same with this. You can't tell, but when that's knocked up tight, that is square. So it's worth spending a bit of time to get your accuracy. I mean, I cut these out and I had a file, and I just filed it in, and I kept double checking it with the square. because, as I always say, if you take care of the half millimetres or the millimetres, then the metres will take care of themselves. Because if you start off a little bit and you think, oh, it'll do, it'll just creep, and then it'll creep and creep and creep and creep and creep, and for you know where you are, you've lost all the accuracy completely. So just take your time, you know, that's what you do. And that's basically, that's that. So that's now part 2 is complete. And in part 3, it'll be fixing these blocks onto there, gluing the corner blocks in, shaping them, and then bending the ribs, putting those round, and putting the linings, and they'll go round. So that'll be part 3. So this is now the end of part 2. And just before I go, I'll mention again, I mentioned earlier on in the video about the lighting, but to give you an example, you see, for me, that's adequate lighting on the bench. I can see everything, it's perfectly lit up, and I've got a light above there. I'll turn that again, it's probably a bit bright on the camera, and I put 2 lights up there just to improve things a bit. And once again, to repeat myself, I'm not going to go out and spend a fortune on lighting, so if this is adequate and you can see okay, let me know. If you've got any suggestions of how it could possibly be improved, let me know. But that is basically that is it for part 2. So I will say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.